morning, and thank you everybody for coming to attend our People Speak debate. Today, our panel will be discussing climate change versus poverty.
Global warming is not based in fact. It is actually the basis for an environmentalist cult and does not warrant diverting money away from helping the world's poor. The global warmers can't stick to one story and switch from ice age to global warming and then simply climate change. They aren't going to even try to help people because they have inherent dislike for people, including the poor.
Okay, the topic of this debate is climate change, but not global warming. Are you aware of the difference between these?
Yes, the difference between climate change and global warming is that climate change can be used for hot and cold temperatures, and global warming is just used for warm temperatures. But you changed it from global warming because the globe was cooling, because you were wrong, so you can't stick to one story.
The UN should prioritize climate change over combating poverty. If immediate action is not taken in the near future, the world as we know it will diminish and be replaced by horrific and terrifying conditions. Point 1. Climate change is affecting more people than poverty. Climate change is undoubtedly having negative effects on the planet already. It is causing many natural disasters, including floods, droughts, hurricanes, and tornadoes. Climate change is real and is producing overwhelming effects. The severity of this global issue is made clear through a recent quote stated by President Obama. All across the world, in every kind of environment and region known to man, increasingly dangerous weather patterns and devastating storms are abruptly putting an end on the long-running debate over whether or not climate change is real. Not only is it real, it's here, and its effects are giving rise to a frighteningly new global phenomenon, the man-made natural disaster. Climate change is something that is directly affecting everybody, whereas not everybody is living in poverty. While living in poverty is unfortunate, it won't matter whether or not you lack the means to survive when climate change takes over and we are all in grave danger.
How are the poor supposed to make money on a static climate?
What?
How
are they supposed to make money on a climate
That's
when
not
the
changing.
climate change?
How are the poor supposed to make money on a climate that's not changing?
The climate is changing. That's
You
what we're
want the
saying.
climate to stop changing.
No, we're saying that how do you expect people to produce crops if climate change is taking over?
Okay.
Poverty has been around for a very long time and still exists in the world today. Although most of the world's poverty occurs in primitive societies from all different countries, one of the largest reasons that governments don't want to help solve poverty is because they don't understand it. Contrary to what most governments believe, poverty would be a quick fix. All it would take was $13 billion, what the United States and European Union spends on perfume each year. During the 1990s, over 100 million children died from illness and starvation. Those 100 million deaths could have been prevented with the money the U.S. spends on its military in 2 days. Another obstacle that poverty faces is wasting of resources and mistaken attempts in poverty reduction. If the time would be taken by the UN to investigate to see what relief really worked, resources could be saved and poverty dramatically reduced.
Something about the UN. The UN has been around for 60 years. Haven't they done enough investigating?
Nonsense.
And why do you think that?
Because my sources prove otherwise.
Droughts, flooding, and natural disasters. These will only worsen with poverty. We need to address climate change now if we want to remain in control of this issue. Point 1. If we do not address the issue of climate change, poverty will only worsen. The agricultural industry's success relies on the climate. If the climate were to take a drastic change, these industries will be hit the hardest. The number of pests and diseases will only increase, leading to a decrease in crops. The chain reaction continues, and the declining agricultural industries will only lead to a decrease in the economy. The economic downturn will in turn have a devastating effect on the poor more than any other group. Not only will it cause an economic downturn, but a health crisis as well. Poverty helps to spread diseases. This is a well-known fact. People do not have the means to keep up with their health and to maintain their cleanliness. The 3 primary diseases of poverty are AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis.